What is up, Earthnoids and Spacenoids? I am just a simple new type. And in this episode, we're continuing through the original novel, Gundam Awakening. Last time, the Pegasus made its way towards Luna 2, but was cut off by Garma's forces stationed at the satellite, the California, who launched DOPS and GAUs, which are space fighters in this version, and they begin their assault on White Base. This time, Amuro will go up against Char, who underestimates the cadet. Garma will go out in a blaze of glory, and the ship finally makes it to Luna 2. So let's get into this. Paolo Cassius has fallen into a coma and Bright still hasn't got that cup of coffee. Meanwhile, the cadets engage with the DOPS. Ryu gets his first kill using the shoulder cannons on the gun cannon. The Gundam takes down another two. Char does an S-shaped maneuver and lands on the underbelly of the ship. He has the perfect opportunity to shoot the bridge. He goes in quickly, but the Gundam comes rushing in to protect the ship. He didn't expect anyone to keep up with his speed. Char really sniffs his own farts more so in the novel. How could anyone match my skills? Me, of all people. Char only has 2 shells. He fires 1. Amuro responds with his beam rifle, which vaporizes his bazooka round. The beam blast emits millions of microparticles, which hit Char's shoulder shield. It looks fine to the naked eye, but the tiny holes break down the integrity of the metal. Char feels fear in battle for the first time since his first battle, which he mentions involved a flying manta. Amuro pulls out his beam saber and tries to stab Char right in the mono eye. The Gundam's eyes glare back at Char. He is stunned by the engineering behind the Gundam's beam saber. Garma tells everyone to pull back as the GAUs are prepping to fire the megaparticle cannons. Before Char could even react, 2 GAUs go up in flames. The Pegasus gets 2 direct hits. Out of the flames comes Garma's GAU, heavily damaged. Char realizes that he is going to try to ram the ship. He yells out to Garma to stop. Char's genuinely concerned for his friend, but then he thinks to himself, hold on now, he's a zombie. This is a good thing. Zeon didn't get 1 hit on the Trojan horse and wonders if it is a demon. He then thinks that perhaps it is a special new type squad, but it can't be as new types are barely in the zeitgeist at this moment. During all this, Char is still caught up with the Gundam, not able to shake him. Minovsky particle density is high, but on the radio comes Garma's muddled voice yelling, glory to Zeon. In the distance, the Pegasus-class ship fired 3 megaparticle blasts into the GAU, and Garma's ship goes up in flames. The remaining DOPS fall in formation with Char as they retreat. He thinks Dozel isn't going to be happy about this one. Amuro meets up with Lieutenant Junior Grade Matilda Ajan once they make it to Luna 2. They are a part of the 28th Division, a Luna 2-based transport. They are key to resupplying the front lines and currently ordered to resupply the Pegasus. Amuro instantly falls in love with her. Tomino focuses on Matilda's lips a lot. He's a lip guy. Who would have thought? Ever since the Battle of Loom, there have been a shortage in manpower in both the civilian and military sectors. While on Luna 2, they have to work a double shift doing various tasks. Lieutenant Matilda works on resupplies, while Lieutenant Woody's engineering corps handles repairs. Everyone on Lieutenant Woody's team is green. Never forget that the mentality in this book is grim. Everyone is rushing to teach everyone as much as possible, knowing that they too will most likely be dead soon. When working on the deck, it is important to isolate the frequency you are communicating on, so you could cut out the chatter from other teams also doing work. Working on the deck in a normal suit is very similar to a plane navigating the radio to taxi on the runway. Others find it easier to just use skin talk. Amuro notes that Hayato does a better post-flight check than him, and he seems to know his way around a mobile suit hangar. He could tell by the gunshots that Amuro is relying on defense too much and using the Gundam like a tank. He reminds him that the Gundam is designed to constantly be in movement, so this is where that Hayato thick boy energy comes from. He also reminds Amuro that they are a skeleton crew of cadets, and that they will most likely all be reassigned somewhere else. Amuro contacts the ship and is met with Sayla. She wants her to patch them to E-Block, where the civilians currently are located. Son Mallow answers in a hostile manner. He wants to talk to Frau. She begins crying and tells Amuro that her mother and grandfather were killed back on Side 7. Frau's mother, Pham, acted like a surrogate mother to him. His mother stayed on Earth, and Tim Ray used this as an opportunity to separate from his wife. Since his mother wasn't around, Pham filled this role for him. He is filled with sadness for his lost surrogate mom. She wants to see him, but he is ordered to head to his mobile suit. He tells her that she is strong and goes to meet with the higher-ups. Missed opportunity for sexy time. The team meets with Joaquin and General Revil. They all notice him from the speech he made, pleading the Federation to not concede. The attack on the colonies when war broke out was referred to as the 3-second warning. After declaring war on the Federation, Zeon waited all but 3 seconds before attacking the colonies. They used GG gas, which can effectively kill 25 million people in 5 hours. Gassing all of the colonies took 20 hours and would have been successful if it wasn't for General Revil's holdout in Side 5, which became the Battle of Loon. The Federation started to put up a fight as they were upset with the loss of Federation soldiers. 4 billion people died in space, and they really didn't care until they learned that a few million of their men died as well. They implemented their colony crash strategy, which took one of the dead colonies and plunged it into Earth. In the light novel, the colony strikes New York. If you watch the original Gundam series, the city the colony hits looks pretty much like New York. It wasn't established that the colony hit Australia until later, and was kind of a retcon. They initially were going to drop a colony on Earth until the Federation surrendered, but that was thwarted when General Revil stepped in. This plays out similarly to how we've seen it in Gundam Origin. Zeon then issued an ultimatum threatening to drop Luna 2 on Jaburo if they did not concede. Unlike Gundam Origin, in this version, Kycilia and Girin personally went to represent Zeon in the negotiations in Antarctica. General Revil escaped his imprisonment and gave a rousing speech to the people of Earth begging them not to surrender. This shifted the opinion throughout the Earth sphere. Rather than negotiate a surrender, the Antarctic Treaty was signed, preventing the use of nuclear armaments, along with preventing anyone from attacking Jupiter's-class ships carrying helium-3. This eventually led to the stalemate that the crew now finds themselves in. The Federation wanted to demote Revil after the speech he gave, but he became kind of a celebrity amongst the people. Meanwhile, Degwin tries to tell his son, Girin, of the era of the next step in human evolution, the new type. Girin believes that Daikun was talking about him, of course. This is where we get the infamous "Have you ever heard of Adolf Hitler" speech. Unlike the anime, where he relates to Hitler, he is actually offended by Degwin's words in the novel. Degwin says that he is not what Daikun meant by new type. From that moment on, Girin constantly thought about killing his father. Back on Luna 2, General Revil meets with the Pegasus crew. Mirai instantly could tell that the general had a heart of gold and had no issue following his command. He thanks the Pegasus crew for being able to recover the 3 mobile suits from Side 7. They currently only have 30 gems mass-produced and can take everything they have for their mobile suit core. General Revil learned about new types when he was taken prisoner by the Black Tri-Stars during the Battle of Loon. New type theory seems to be flourishing in academia, but even Zeon has officially denounced the concept of new types. General Revil stares at Amuro. He says that after looking over Amuro's battle data from the past 2 fights with Char, he now believes and is certain Amuro is a new type. He believes that Zeon's stance is a ruse and that they are creating some sort of new type core. If they are going to have one, then the Federation should also have their own new type core. He promotes Bright to Lieutenant Junior grade and forms the Pegasus into the 13th Autonomous Fleet. They will be participating in Operation Star 1. General Revil takes his leave. Joaquin promotes Amuro to ensign. He doesn't think that he is ready for this responsibility. Joaquin tells him that his beam rifle is as strong as a battleship beam cannon. He wields a lot of responsibility and should probably be a lieutenant commander. Even though the crew has only been in 2 battles, with the lack of humans, they are already considered combat veterans. Now hurry up and teach someone how to use a gun before you die. There are 4 pilots and only 3 mobile suits, so they will have to work out a rotation. Amuro wasn't concerned about new types. He just has Frau Bell on his mind. Sayla, given her communications and medical background, was promoted to Petty Officer 2nd Class. Although remember, this Sayla hates all things regarding the military. In Origin, we saw Jimba Rao constantly ramble on about the Zabis killing Daikun, particularly Girin in this version. She grew tired of the stories and emigrated to Side 7. Casseval, however, embraced the stories and let the hate for the Zabis grow. The thought of potentially running into her brother again is what allows her to wear an EFF uniform. She really hates it here. Amuro talks to Frau. She is going to stay on Luna 2 as her family on Side 7 were all killed. She knows she will be put to work as a grease monkey. Her real goals in life are to become a fashion designer, but those dreams seem to be dying as the war continues on. She reaches out to Amuro's hand and asks if she could depend on him. Amuro has an autistic moment and goes, "Yeah, I'm here. It's so obvious." Frau tells Amuro that she loves him and realizes that they are more than just friends. And that will do it for this episode. Desperation seems to play a big motivating factor amongst EFF in the novel. Everyone is thrusted into a command position. Char was caught off guard and questions if the Federation has new types. Meanwhile, Revil plays into that paranoia by creating their own new type core. I like that somewhere along the line Tomino axed the satellite California and just said, "Screw it, let's just put Garma and California on Earth." Next time, we will learn more about the Zabi family and the Flanagan Institute. Char will see Lala after being away for 6 months. And the Makuve squad meets up with the Trojan horse at Texas Colony. But that will do it for now, new types. Remember, don't be like Amuro when talking to girls. Take a step back, breathe. It's not always about mobile suits. Sometimes it's about love. Peace.